Welcome back to the channel. In today's review, I'm reviewing the 2023 GV80 Prestige. This has the 2.5 liter four-cylinder underneath the hood. You guys can go for the V6 if you would like. So we're gonna talk about the powertrain specs and drive the four-cylinder in today's review. Let's talk about pricing here for the GV80 Prestige. Starting price is at $55,550. This one comes well equipped with all the options and whatnot. This one stickers for $69,495. If you guys are in the market for a Genesis, be sure to check out Homestead Genesis and ask for their manager Darwin. He will get you into your next vehicle. Looking at the bold exterior design here for the 23 GV80 Prestige, I love the green exterior paint with the dark chrome trim throughout the vehicle. Looking at these headlights here, they're gonna be a stacked design, which is a part of Genesis corporate design language. Full LED headlights are standard equipment. There's front parking sensors. This area right here is functional to push air around the vehicle. More dark chrome trim here at the lower part of the front lip splitter with this massive crest grille here front and center with the front facing camera. There's the Genesis wing here integrated into the actual hood, and down here is for the radar sensor, and this has a front camera in the actual windshield. But let me know in the comment section what you guys think about the bold exterior styling of the GV80. Looking at the side profile, this has a 116.3 inch wheelbase with an overall length of 194.7, so it's right on par with some of the other luxury vehicles in this segment. And this vehicle offers 8.1 inches of ground clearance. I actually like the nice 5-spoke design here to the wheels here. These are a 265/40 Michelin tire. They're wrapped in this 22-inch rim design. This also has the Genesis brake calipers there. Those rotors are pretty large. They're ventilated and whatnot. Looking at the side fender here, there's this LED side marker. It's not on the actual mirror cap, but it's on the side panel here, which is a really nice way to integrate the LED side markers. And up top, Genesis does have this large panoramic sunroof here with these aerodynamic roof rails, more of that chrome around the window trim, even on the door handles here. Making our way towards the rear of the vehicle, looking at these taillights, they're going to be a full LED, which is a turn signal, brake light, and reverse light. It says GV80 back here. Genesis is spelled out. The backup camera is well integrated here, and it also has all-wheel drive. And this one has a four-cylinder underneath the hood. That's rear parking sensors with a dual tip exhaust. The reverse lights live down here at the lower part of the bumper. Open up the cargo back here. This has a power opening tailgate. Once it opens up, it reveals 34.9 cubic feet of space. I love the carpet. It's very plush back here. Lifting this up, it does reveal the tonneau cover with some underfloor storage there. And once you lay down the rear seats, it expands the cargo to 84 cubic feet of space. And yes, guys, you can get a GV80 with the third row option. I think for 23, they still offer that. And this is how you let down the rear seats here. And there's also a 12 volt with LED lights back here in the back. But overall, let me know in the comment section what you guys think about the GV80. Sitting in the interior of the GV80 here, this interior is very well laid out. I like the nice upscale materials that Genesis uses here. This is a 14.5 inch infotainment system. It supports Apple CarPlay and Android Auto via the wire here. It's not wireless, but Genesis, Hyundai, and Kia are working on a wireless function for their newer products. And this is a 12.3 inch instrument cluster here, which has a 3D gauge look to it, which is really high quality, but sadly on camera it does no justice, guys. So you guys really can't see it unless you guys test drive this vehicle or you already own one. But let's talk about the door panel materials here. Really nice leather, nice stitching here with the aluminum accented trim on the speaker cover, also for the door handle, even for the two-person memory seats, and for the window and lock controls and mirror controls. There it's going to be automatic up and down for all four windows. Nice high quality leather here, more of that aluminum trim, more stitching here. It's also storage and cup holder space here. This has the Lexicon sound system, which sounds really good. But shutting the door here, and I forgot to mention there is wood trim here on the door panel as well. But to start up the vehicle, just put your foot on the brake and press the start stop button right here on the dash, and you guys are greeted by the nice gauges here, which will do a nice sweep. And I love that it has a nice red look to the actual needles there. The materials on the dashboard here are gonna be a nice leather, nice stitching, and my model does have that very bright heads-up display, which is right there. Very thick steering wheel here. This wears the Genesis logo here on the airbag cover. It's a 2-spoke wheel design. There's paddle shifters. The turn signal and wind shocks feel very high quality here. If you signal left or right, it does give you your blind view camera there. So that's on the right side. That's on the left side. This is on the right side here. Like I mentioned, really nice technology in this vehicle. Over here is going to be for your voice controls. You can also adjust the volume here via the scroll wheel here. Over here, you can customize this display here to show you different stuff like your attention level, also your driver information and whatnot. Press this button right there. It shows your driver's assistance tech. Press it again. It shows you a compass, and you can select different things. So it is nice that this vehicle offers this nice customization here, and this portion here watches your face if you have the cruise control set and whatnot. It is nice. There's a power, this is the power tilt and telescoping wheel, offers good range and adjustability. Over here's your illumination switch, your automatic start stop button, traction control, electronic parking brake, your trunk release. Looking over here, there's this display here which has haptic feedback, which is 3-level heated and cool seats. The cool seats blow very cold air. I like that it still offers physical buttons here for the infotainment system, also for the dual climate control. I like this big knob here, which is really high quality. There's a wireless phone charger in there. Me personally, I wish that it was wireless because the wire kind of gets in the way. Nice wood trim here, which is continued over here. And there's some storage down here as well. It also has this rubber mat there, so if you guys put items in there, it won't actually sling around. There's an auto hold. There's switch over to the left here with your foot on the brake. It does reveal the top-down 360 view, and there's this perimeter light scan here, which is really nice, and it actually matches the model that I have, which is a green GV80. And there's different views and whatnot around the vehicle, which is a top-down view, and it's also the backup camera there. There's trajectory with distance markers, front and rear parking sensors. Very gently, you can switch it into neutral, do it again to go into drive. And you guys press P for park. Over here's to access the camera, parking sensors. There's your drive mode selector here, which shows you snow, eco, comfort. So it's 5 different drive modes here in the GV80, and it gives you a nice little graphic over there on that split screen. A hill descent control, you can lock the center diff. Really nice high quality leather and stitching here. Press that button right there. It does reveal a very deep center armrest here. It's lined with felt. The seat right here, you can slide it forward and back. The headrests are very supportive and comfortable. Nice piping and stitching here. Really nice high quality leather that Genesis uses here. Very aggressive seats here and whatnot. They feel really good. Above me there's this large panoramic sunroof here, but this bar kind of eats into the visibility there. But it does offer LED lights throughout the cabin. Plus this here does reveal the sunglass holder there. Nice aluminum like trim there. And there's this frameless mirror here. It doesn't offer that digital review camera that I personally would like, especially at this price point. Nice leather here is continued. There's some more stitching here. This has Apple CarPlay. As you guys can see there, I'm listening to music right now, and it doesn't take up the whole entire display, sadly, but there's a split screen, shows you a clock, a compass. You can also add different displays to that if you would like, but there's the built-in navigation here from Genesis. It's very responsive, very snappy, but I just love the way the CarPlay looks here on the actual screen. Very bright, more leather, more stitching here on the actual dashboard. This is where the air vents are. They're very well hidden there, which is really nice. Open up this, it does reveal the glove box. Pretty good storage in there. It's also lined with felt. The passenger also gets 3-level heated and cool seats. There's 2 cup holders here. Like I mentioned, more wood trim. Overall, the interior of the GV80 offers tons of tech and tons of luxurious materials. Looking at the interior space of the GV80 here, this one does not come equipped with a 3rd row option. If I'm not mistaken, you can still get the 3rd row option for 2023. But looking at the door panel materials here, it's the same materials that's carried over from the front. There's this manual sunshade here to block out the sun and the haters. There's wood trim, nice stitching, aluminum trim here for the door handle, for the speaker covers, the switch gear as well. It's going to be high quality filling. It's going to be nicely padded here. Like I mentioned, the wood trim is there, and there is some storage and cup holder space here in the door panel, and it says Genesis, so really nice details here. This is how you guys let down the rear seats. There's a recline function as well. But getting into this SUV here, that's no grab handle, but it does offer 8.1 inches of ground clearance, so really good step in height from the GV80 here. I do have a decent amount of foot space underneath the driver's seat. There is 2 mat pockets back here for storage. You get your own set of climate controls, and there's 3-level heated seats, USB charging ports, a household outlet, and you can slide the seat forward and back here to give this passenger here some more space. And above me there's this large panoramic sunroof here, but this bar kind of eats into the actual visibility. Like I mentioned, the seats do have a nice recline function, and you can let them down to give you max cargo space and whatnot, but this does have some really plush seats with a nice stitching and nice piping here. Pull this down here, it reveals the cup holders and some storage in there if you guys are looking to hide your cell phone and whatnot. But overall, the back seat of the GV80 offers tons of space and tons of luxurious features. Let's talk about the powertrain specs here for the GV80. This is Genesis base powertrain, which is the company's 2.5 liter turbocharged 4-cylinder, making 300 horsepower and 311 pound-feet of torque. It is paired an 8-speed automatic transmission. As the GV80 sits here with all-wheel drive, it weighs in at 4,800 pounds. You guys can go for the 3.5 liter twin turbo V6, which will make 391 horsepower and 375 pound-feet of torque. It is still paired with an 8-speed auto, but keep in mind, if you guys are looking for that bigger engine displacement, I would recommend going for the V6. especially if you're looking for more horsepower and more torque, the V6 is the way to go. But let's make our way to the fuel door here and talk about fuel economy for the GV80. Open up the fuel door here. This is rated to get 20 in the city, 24 on the highway, and 22 combined. So I'm behind the wheel of the 2023 Genesis GV80 Prestige. This has the company's 2.5 liter turbocharged 4-cylinder, making 300 horsepower and 311 pound-feet of torque. If you guys go for the V6, that would make 391 horsepower and 375 pound-feet of torque. Me personally speaking, I would just go for the V6 because it just offers so much more power and torque compared to the 2.5 turbo here. But this vehicle has a really good ride quality for this to be riding on 22-inch wheels. Let's come to a stop here, and I'm going to put the vehicle into its sport mode here. I'm going to brake torque it. Ooh. And for this vehicle to weigh around 4,800 pounds, it moves really quick with the 2.5 turbo. So if you guys are wondering, should I get the 2.5 or should I get the V6? Me personally speaking, just go for the V6. It does offer more power, but the 2.5 turbo does not disappoint. It still offers that thrust that you would like, the power feel and whatnot, but it's not gonna be comparable to the V6, which is a bigger engine displacement. But let's put the vehicle back into its comfort mode here and just drive it like how most people would drive this vehicle, not doing launch controls and whatnot. But the Genesis here does offer presence. It does offer luxury, because a lot of people look at this car and try to figure out what it is. The seat comfort in here is really good. I like the way that the seats feel. And there's this button here on the side. Now I can get a full body massage here, as you guys can see. Also, it displays it in the corner over there. There's this bright heads up display, which shows you sign recognition, your speed, your driver's assistance and whatnot. Great display here for the instrument cluster. Is a 3D effect here, but sadly on the camera you can't see it. But it is nice that Genesis throws all that tech at you. If I were to signal left or right, it does give me a blind view camera here in the instrument cluster to see what's in my blind spot. This also has adaptive cruise control, forward collision warning, road cross traffic alert, blind spot monitoring with a blind view camera. So all the nice tech that you want, Genesis does give it to you here, especially with these large displays throughout this vehicle. The ride quality, once again, is very silky smooth. I like the way that this vehicle drives. And I'm not sure for 2023 if Genesis discontinued the third row option for the GV80, but I remember before you could get it, but the third row was a little cramped. So if you guys do get the third row, if it's available still, it's going to be reserved for kids. So keep that in mind if you guys are looking for the GV80 with the third row seats. But ride quality, once again, is really smooth. The powertrain does offer good acceleration. The 8-speed auto goes about its business. Fuel economy is rated at 20 in the city, 24 on the highway, and 22 combined. So it does offer great fuel efficiency here. For this to be the 4-cylinder, you go for the V6, it will drop down the fuel economy because it's a bigger engine displacement. But Genesis doesn't offer a plug-in hybrid or electrified model just yet. If you guys are looking for something electric, I would look at the G80 electrified or the GV60, which is their electric crossover vehicle. So if you guys are looking for something different from Genesis, they do offer gas still, and they do offer electric vehicles in their lineup. After spending time with the 2023 GV80 Prestige, I love everything about this vehicle, from the exterior styling with this beautiful green exterior paint, the massive wheels. This vehicle also has a very smooth ride quality, and the interior is just super luxurious. The nice infotainment system, the 3D gauge cluster, the bright heads-up display. With that being said, the GV80 has always been a top recommendation for me, especially in this luxury segment. Also, with that being said, hope you guys have enjoyed this full review here on the 2023 GV80 Prestige. Be sure to check me out on Instagram at DriveOnReviews. Hit that subscribe button and turn on post notifications, and I will see you all in the next review.